The Last Virgin The Last Virgin Standing. A Rant review from memory. This is a Wattpad book. I read it when I was 14 and it's been haunting me ever since. I first thought about making a video of it when I was like 2 years ago when I first started YouTube. But I was like, I should reread it first so the review can be accurate. And I've tried and failed like 4 times. I get 3 chapters in and it's... Oh, I hate it so much. I tried again, like last month. I crumbled. I caved so fast. So I'm doing it from memory. It will not be accurate and there will be no structure, but it will be passionate. Trigger warnings, yay! There's mentions of suicide, depression, rape, slut-shaming, misogyny, and toxic levels of heteronormativity. So, the premise. Oh boy. Okay. So we have our protagonist, Charlotte, and she's a virgin. She's quirky, she's different, she likes sour food, so she's not like other girls. She lives in a cursed timeline where there are only straight people and everyone's a stereotype. And at her high school, the guys do like a quirky fun game. It's called Being Rapey and Creepy. It's to take as many girls' virginity as possible, which when you're a freshman, alright, it's still really freaking creepy. When you're a senior and you're still doing this and you're going after freshmen, holy shit. Seniors are like 17 and 18 and freshmen are 14. In America, the ages of consent are mostly between like 16 to 18, so like at the bare minimum statutory rape. Holy shit, that's never addressed, never mentioned, just breeze on by. It's fun, it's quirky, it's different. All the guys in Charlotte's here play this game, but the people closest to winning the title of Virginator, holy dude, Virginator? Wish that were me. That's what it says, that's what it's called, that's what you get. You get the title of Virginator. Epic. The people closest to the title of Virginator are the top 4 and Charlotte's best friend Luke. So the top 4. Will I put a title card here? I don't know, but if I didn't pretend, the top 4. Ian Jameson. He's the rich one. That's his whole thing. He's rich. He's hot. There's a rumor he might have raped a girl. It's mentioned like 1 time and never addressed again. Probably. Listen, this thing is 42 chapters long, and I read it 8 years ago. If you're expecting me to remember what happened, like all of what happened, you're insane. Anyway, Ian, he's rich, he's hot, his dialogue is 80% pickup lines. Literally, the first thing he says is, I lost my virginity, can I have yours? Holy shit, that's his first line. So this guy rules. Now I'm going to basically give you the whole character arc in this bit, because if you think I'm going through the whole plot, well, no fucking way. So his whole character arc basically is like, said he's actually in love with her best friend. I think. It might be a random girl, but I'm pretty sure it's her best friend. So, he really did have a heart, or some shit. I don't know, I think that's why we're supposed to like him in the end. Who cares if he might have raped a girl? He's in love. Next, Alec Jennings. He's the athletic one, the cool sportsman, and he's really nice. And that's all I remember about him. That's all I remember. Beckett Cartwright. He's the brainiac. He's smart. He uses science pun pickup lines, which it's a pickup line. Ugh. But it's a science pun, so I'll let it slide. Now, I know I said that there were no queers, but there's an exception. Beckett is the single gay guy in the entire book, except for the guy he hooks up with, but those are the only 2. No lesbian. Not a single lesbian. And he's literally holy shit. He's literally sleeping with hundreds of girls. He's going after the Virginator title. To keep his cover, which that's the brainiac for you right there. Are you kidding me? Like, dude, just if you need a bed that much, like, just get a girlfriend or sleep with like 2 girls. That'll throw, like, literally everyone is straight. They're not expecting you to be gay. Hundreds of girls? Has this author met a gay? Has she met a single gay? Has she met a person? Just another human being? Has she talked to another human being one time. And then he gets found out because he's asked Charlotte over to his house. And she comes a little bit early, like 20 minutes early. And he's getting busy with another guy in his car in his driveway. Huh? Fucking excuse me? That's your game plan? Charlotte keeps a secret and they become besties. And he's basically her gay BFF for the rest of the book. Yeah, how fun. That's the queer representation I wanted. Tyler Bradshaw. He's the bad boy. We will fucking get to him. Then we have Charlotte's best friend Luke. He's the boy next door, which he literally is for Charlotte. He's the most toxically masculine person in the whole fucking book. Like, Charlotte tries to pay for his lunch one time, and he doesn't talk to her for a week. For a whole fucking week. That's the most insane shit I've ever heard. And Charlotte's like, man, what can you do about it, boys? No! Talk to one guy before you write male characters. Just one. And he's tying with the top 4 for taking girls' virginity. Which, fuck yeah, these guys rule. The story starts with Luke having taken this girl Laurel's virginity. Which, side note, they, like, literally Charlotte's like, oh, they harassed her for weeks. She came to school with the bags under her eyes. I don't think she got any sleep. I think she just gave in and slept with Luke just to not have to deal with it anymore. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like consent to me. That's fucked up, and they breeze over it. Apparently they did this to heaps of girls. Moving swiftly along. Luke's taken Laurel's virginity, leaving Charlotte the last virgin standing. Oh. That's like the name of the book. That's pretty good, actually. Last virgin, that's the name of the book, and she's the last virgin standing. Oh. That's clever. I take it back. This book rules. Top 4 find out, and they start harassing her to sleep with them. And she's like, do you know, I'm quirky and different and not a fucking slut like the other girls at my school. I don't want this attention. Oh. And the female best friend is like, girl, OMG, what if you played the players? What if you got them to take you on dates and then you just didn't sleep with them? Like, that would fucking show them, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. But Charlotte gives a smirk. There's a lot of smirking in this book. She's like, yeah, that's a great plan. And that's what starts the book. So that's where the book goes off the freaking rails. Luke is in love with Charlotte, and Charlotte is in love with Luke. But they won't tell each other, because that would be the logical thing to do. Besides, Luke slept with Charlotte's best friend at one time. She finds out mid-story. And then she's like, fuck both of you, you're both horrible people, I'm never talking to you guys. Again, because I'm a reasonable and good person. Into bad boy Tyler. This whole Tyler bit, trigger warnings for suicide and rape and depression and death. This book's wild. Holy shit, this kid's backstory. So, Tyler's the bad boy, but he's actually secretly a nice guy. Plot twist. Because he saves her from being sexually assaulted in the second chapter of this book, which is breezed right over, never brought up again. Charlotte is unaffected, it's chill, everything's fine. Which, no. And believe it or not, he has a tragic backstory. Holy shit, this bit. His mother sends him out to go do a chore when he's like very young, very little, so she can hang herself in the kitchen and leave a suicide note for him to find her when he returns. Huh? This is a story where you win the title of Virginator and you're throwing this in? Excuse me? What? How do these two ideas, how this is so heavy and they deal with it so poorly and it makes me so freaking furious every single fucking time I think about it. They just throw that in there so they have a good reason for him to be a bad boy and they do not properly deal with it. So Charlotte hears the story and she's like, guess I love Tyler, that's the rational way to react to this. And Luke goes, but Charlotte, I love you. And she's like, you slept with my best friend one time. Fuck you. So Tyler and Charlotte date, and a bunch of shit happens that I don't remember. And then, her and Tyler are driving somewhere, and it's rainy, it's windy, and they're driving somewhere, and Luke is trying to call Charlotte, and she lets it go to voicemail, because she's like, man, fuck that guy. And then her and Tyler end up in a car crash, and Tyler gets horribly injured, and Charlotte's like, fine. And then she sees she got a voicemail from Luke. She checks it, and it's him apologizing and being like, I love you, I'm so sorry, you're my best friend ever. And then you hear like a, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? And then you find out the person that her and Tyler ran into was Luke, and that he's fucking dead. He's just dead. They just killed him off in this Wattpad book about winning the title of Virginator. They just fucking killed him. And then Charlotte listens back to this voicemail, and she's like, holy shit, he's dead. I made a mistake. I should never have dated Tyler. I loved Luke all along. And so she dumps Tyler, who's just accidentally committed manslaughter and is horribly injured. She fucking dumps him, and then they go to Luke's funeral, and the book ends. The book just fucking ends. It's so weird, it's so rapey, it's so creepy, and then they just throw in trauma and don't deal with it, and then kill off a main character and end it. And I remember when I was 14, my friends would read it, and they were like, holy shit, this is so good. And I felt like I was going insane. I was like, are we reading the same freaking thing? It's so terrible. That was The Last Virgin Standing. That's my video on The Last Virgin Standing. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.